Harvey in comparison to your experience with Katrina?
I was safe. I was surprised to find how many people were not. I had electricity, and there were many people who did not. And with Ike and things like that, we were without power for quite a while. I know people were out of power for like 3 weeks, but Harvey was surprising that the areas that flooded, the lack of, it seems like a coordinated evacuation, and watching it on television seems surreal. It didn't seem like it could be here, because when the weather forecast kept saying we were going to get 25 inches of rain from this, there's going to be a big rain event. I said, 25 inches of rain, who ever heard of something like that? It was surprising. So though I was very safe, it was very disheartening to see what was happening to other people, to other areas. So though I wasn't not part of any program or any group that did anything, but watching people on television and seeing the fact that the Cajun Navy came in and did so many rescues, it seems in retrospect that some evacuation might have been prudent, but I have no way of knowing. I'm not a part of any of that. But you would just think by the nature of
being told there's going to be so much rain that more people would have left the city.
I think so, but when you review what happened with Rita, that was such a terrible, terrible experience. And I had a good friend who died right after she evacuated. And so, you know, I would find it difficult if I were in charge to make that call, but somebody has to make it. Everybody evacuated in Rita. No one evacuated in Harvey. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to second guess, but it just seems the extent of the flooding and the desperate people that you saw on television and the need for people to come from out of state to help. I don't know. I'll let Melda again sort of snuck on us, even though they talked about it. I believe we were pretty unscathed, and I was glad. It was, again, surprising to see where it hit. I mean, the maps of the floodplains, they've got to be redrawn, I'm sure, you know, because you flooded here, and good grief, Maryland, and and places that never flooded before, communities. So how many 500-year storms can you have in a series of 10 years, 20 years? I don't know. It might be an interesting area to go into is disaster planning and all that is involved. But as citizens, perhaps we need some education so that we can minimize the damage and the kind of, I don't know what you might call it. And it's not hysteria. I don't think people were hysterical, but it seems like you could see many people felt helpless, and so what do we do as a city and a county to help all of our citizens know what to do and how to do it? And be prepared. I mean, do we do classes? Do we do workshops? Do we come to every community center and every church throughout the city and county to help folks so that we minimize our disaster? You know, I don't know. We're having a lot of them, but there's got to be something we can do. We can't control Mother Nature, but we can be somewhat prepared.